Alright. Been doing a lot of these videos lately. Hope I'm not boring you. I'm doing this one on these chisels because I'm so giddy with excitement. I just did something I've been thinking about doing for a long time. I've been kind of blowing it off. And it's modifying some chisel handles. I had bought these Narex Chisels out of the Czech Republic. The steel's pretty good, but they came with these super long handles. I mean, not as long as this handle. This is a timber framing mortise chisel here. I just wanted to show you what it can be like with a giant handle. I would never cut this one down because if I ever did a timber frame, maybe someday I will, you kind of want that. I just wanted to have that out here as like a prop. Oh, it's actually loose there. Anyhow, the handles are too long. I like to kind of choke up on the tool when I'm working. And because the closer my hand is to the work, you know, the more accurate I am, the more I can finesse things a little bit in there. And I hone this stuff so sharp, I could shave the hair off my arms. You don't always need to whack it with a hammer. But these handles were just so big that, you know, when I was trying to whack it, when I had to, I just like things in a more compact package. And I was excited about it because I wanted to do this for a while. I didn't know what I was going to do for hoops. These are the hoops that come on the chisel. They're just nothing special, kind of real thin metal on there. What I used was bike parts. Pretty cool. This is the top cap off of a fork tube, you know, your headset, old Schwinn. And, you know, I shaped the wood so it was snug. I tapped it on there with a hammer and then I threaded it right on with a giant crescent wrench. And this one here is a much thicker piece of steel, heavier, a hardened steel. This is a bearing cone race from an old vintage crankset. I'm so happy about this. It just makes your life so much nicer. And, you know, the inspiration was this old chisel I found at a swap meet some time ago. And this was rusted and not sharp, and I sharpened it. And I always kind of dug that handle. And I like that mechanical look on there with that nut that someone had kind of screwed on. And this is a nice palm. It's really nice in your hand when you just want to pair something. And I was looking at that this morning while I was working, and I thought, bicycle headset, will that be the right size? And it was. And just so you understand, not all chisels have hoops. Matter of fact, I should have one of those out here. You know, some chisels will have like a little stacked leather on the end. And, you know, you can tap these with a wood mallet if you need to. This is actually probably about a 1/4 inch mortise chisel here. And it's an old Stanley that I modified to do my butterfly mortises. Not great to whack these with a steel hammer. I do that sometimes. But the tools that are designed to work with a steel hammer will have a steel hoop on them. This is a Japanese chisel. It's a butterfly mortise chisel. You see that profile comes up to a triangle there. That's so you can fit tight in their corners. And that's what both of these Narex chisels are. They're just a lot larger. I bought these to replace chisels that I lost when my tools were stolen a few years ago. I mean, that's it. You know, it's a 2-inch Japanese chisel again. You see how that's peened over. This chisel here I wanted to show off because I was working in Texas out in the middle of nowhere, and the hoop kept falling off of this. This is something I bought on eBay. I reshaped it. It was in pretty bad shape. I put a sharp edge on it. It's a little chipped right now. And this hoop was popping off on me, and I got a little pissed off, and I wedged it on. And when I did that, I cracked the handle. Well, today I just threw some glue and wood in there, so the crack's not going to bite my hand anymore. What's the point of this video? Don't be scared to modify your tools. You know, and mechanics, it's a little different story. I guess maybe some of you guys will heat up a wrench and bend it, or sharpen something, whatever. I don't know what you're doing. With woodworking, it's a lot easier because, you know, a lot of it's wood. But it's really cool because I'm a bicycle guy too. And I just thought it was so neat to use some old bicycle parts as steel hoops on these chisels. And they're just so much better. And this is just, it's so comfortable now. And I can use this in the palm of the hand. Way better than this thing all the way out here. It was just too much. It was too much. So now it all works. And I also thought I'd just show this off. You don't see these too much. You know what this is? This is a swan neck chisel. It's a piece of, it's a cast steel here, but there's a hardened piece of steel welded to the outside here. That's your cutting edge. This is for cleaning out mortises. So I have a hollow chisel mortiser. In the old days you just did it with drill bits, but basically you slam that in the mortise, you crank that against the side of the mortise, and this here will just dig out the bottom of the mortise. It'll clean out that bottom edge. It's a very cool tool. You don't use it every day, but when you're doing mortises, this thing is awesome. So that's it. It's a chisel video. Nothing special, but don't be afraid to modify your tools. Give it a shot. If you've got chisels that are just too long, now you know. You can cut it. I'm going to be putting up a picture folder of this, or at least some pictures up on the Mike Z Design Facebook page. I already did some on Instagram. Hashtag Mike Z Design. And Narex. I don't know, man. I'm thinking maybe you should make some short handle, stubby handled chisels there. Then we don't have to do it. Although if you do it the way I did it, it's much cooler. And the neat thing too is they both have a different ring on them, right? So if you've got them stacked up on a shelf or sitting somewhere, you know what that chisel is. Especially if you have a cap on the end or if it's hidden, you'll know. You'll learn what chisel that is just by looking at the end. It'll make a little bit of a time saver, a couple seconds of a time saver. That's it. Modify your tools. Nothing wrong with it. Have a good day.